All right, Man Hour Nation, it is time for our Southside Bag Star of the Week. We have Johnny Torres coming on to introduce our guy, Rob Bev, from Man Cave Mondays. So without further ado, let me bring on Johnny. Johnny, what's going on, boss?
I mean, you basically introduced them already, dude. I don't even know why you need me on here. No, but yeah, my guy right here, Robert Earl Beverly Jr. Um, him and along with his boy, my boy, also Brian Nolan the second. They run one of the longest running Illinois blind draw tournaments here. I believe they're going on year four, if I'm not mistaken. But without further ado, give it up for the one and only Rob Bev Jr. Let's go.
What's
Hello,
going on,
hello.
Bev?
What's going on, fellas? How y'all doing?
Now,
Good,
did I
man.
fuck
How are
that?
you?
Did I fuck that? I'm sorry. Did I fuck that up, Rob? Are you guys going on 4 years now?
Now
Did I?
we 4.5 years. 4.5 years. August made 4 years, a 4 year anniversary. So we 4.5. We rolling.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's good shit.
hmm
So Rob, Man Cave Mondays, you guys like to stream your stuff, and I was talking with you the other night. You came down to Southside Bags over there at Bourbon Street, and we were talking up a little bit. And I'm telling you, I'm always out on Monday night by 9:30, 10 o'clock. I'm laying in bed watching your damn streams. You know what I mean?
Right.
And you got some guys that, man, they hit some shots that are just freaking, they're killer, man. It's insane watching some of this stuff.
Yeah. The talent level that we have in Man Cave, man, is it's tough. It's definitely tough, and you got to really come bring your A game. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't really want to come to something that competitive. But to take it to that next level, man, you really have to come there and just get disciplined. Everybody started off as a bag of not well. Let me rephrase that. Let me talk about myself. I started off not good at all. From people
Yeah,
not wanting you to just working on it, coming every week to say, hey, to be disciplined and say, hey, I want to take it to that next level. And we got a lot of new beginners that's there now that's getting it hit on the jaw, but they getting beat up real bad at man cave, but when they go to their backyard, they're not losing to people. So, it's level to it week
yeah.
by week.
Yeah, I tell people that all the time. I'm like, I go out to Bourbon Street every damn Thursday. I'm at Bourbon Street. Sometimes I'll hit
hmm
up Shortstop. Sometimes I go up to Lamont and Huey McLafferty. I still got to hit up Man Cave. Planning on doing that this Monday. But what I feel like is like, man, I'm losing $40 a week at Bourbon Street. But when it comes time to them family barbecues, man, I'm gonna start playing for some damn money.
Hey,
I'm gonna
hey,
start making my
hey,
buy-ins back.
hey, you gotta make it up somewhere. You have to. But I tell people, a blind draw $10, $20, you're really going to have fun. You're not that money shouldn't be,
Yeah,
man, it's gonna kill my life. You know what I'm saying? You're going to meet new people, to
yeah,
politic, to meet new friends and associates. A lot of people come throw bags just to get away from just to get away from their girlfriends or wives, just to a getaway.
yeah.
It's a great hobby that you're gonna win a little money on and meet new friends and new people.
Yeah. So how did you guys start Man Cave? Like what was the thought process behind it?
So I'm trying to make a long story short. I met Brian just out the blue at a barbecue, and I used to keep a set of boards in the back of my truck, and I
Mhm.
had, mind you, some flea market boards and some flea market bags, so didn't know anything about real bags. So I pulled them out, a lot of pretty ladies out there. I said, I'm gonna go out and show out and make it do what it do. Met this little old short guy with glasses, light skin, Brian Nolan. I said, all right, we played a 2-on-2. We both picked a female. That man kicked my ass. And I was intrigued and I didn't like it. And he low key he low key introduced me to this, the rocking horse where me and Brian started going to, where all the big boys was at. The Novies, the Gary, the
Oh,
DJs, Bob Jenkins. And once we met them, we was hooked. We said, okay, now let's, we went going there every week, like you said, donating our money and losing.
yeah,
So I said, you know what? We need to we need to create our own group and find a place that we can get better at, so that we don't have the big boys there. We can, because that'll kill your confidence. It really will sometimes. So we want to go somewhere where it's kind of even. We had a bunch of our guys that played at the little park that we play at, and I found a lounge publicly that weekend. And they was closed on Monday. So I said, went to the owner, hey, I got an idea. Got about 14, 16 guys that want to throw bags. And, it's not going to take that much. Just let us come in and do it. Just have one. I'm security. Had goddamn one DJ, one, what I'm saying? Somebody cooking. And we go from there. And it really built it. I mean, so once we built it up, then a lot of people from our course started wanting to come. We said, no, we're not going to let you come yet. But I'm going to tell you something a lot of people don't know. Me and Brian Nolan, we were the first people to start a $20 blind draw. All blind draws was $5, $10. Once we took it to 20 and people saw that we couldn't throw, they couldn't wait to come to Man Cave and take that money. You know what I'm saying? But once we got them in and they saw how fun it was, and me and Brian organized it, I'm on the microphone acting the fool, making it fun, got the music going. It was just it was something different. And a lot of people jumped on it, man. And we've been rolling ever since, literally, honestly.
That's awesome, man. See that, and that's the thing that that I've noticed about the bags community. I've said this before on the show, is that you go there, like you say, you spend $20. If you're going there and spending $20 and you can't pay your rent because you spent that $20, you probably should stay home. You know what I'm saying? But you go there, you have fun, and then you got these pros that are coming out, like Nico Morellis and Tom Gustafson and Chris Novi. These guys coming out and playing with you. And instead of like just trying to whoop your ass and just take your money, like they will have a conversation with you. Hey, why don't you try this? Hey, try this. Do this. You know what I mean? And to me, I was impressed, and that's why I got with Johnny, and I was like, dude, we've got to promote this. Let's put this thing out there. Let's get eyes on this from everywhere. You know what I mean? Like here at Man Hour, we got about 2 million reaches, 2 million listeners a week.
Right.
Like
that's tough.
Let's get people's eyes on this sport. Let's get people's eyes on Southside Bags. Let's get people's eyes on what we're doing here on the south side of the city, And for me, that's what it was. That's what Bags is. And you guys got a different environment there now at Man Cave Mondays, though, because I tell you right now, at Bourbon Street, it's a little low key. We throw the bags, we have fun, we talk. Mm-hmm. Man, you guys are talking trash. You guys are going at one another. But it's not like talking trash, meet me outside. It's like just talking trash throughout the game, right? And like I'm a Marine. I play a lot of softball. I like to do the same stuff. So it appealed to me in watching your videos, man. Half the time I'm laying in bed cracking up, and then half the time I'm watching the shot going, oh shit.
It's funny. It's funny you said what you just said, because I started literally playing bags at softball. I was a softball guy, and I sponsored a softball team. So after all the games, we played Washington Park on Sunday. So after all the games, we pull out the boards in the parking lot, gambling, throwing. You would think we were ACL pros. We're terrible. We was terrible, but we was gambling money like we was, and that's where it started at, at the softball. And I love what Johnny Torres has done in so quick a time. He just had his 1 year anniversary at shortstops, and to do that by himself, what he's doing, the boys running the tournament, it's remarkable, man. And people take shit for granted and think that running a tournament is easy. It's not.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You got to deal with people crying and bitching. You got to deal with people complaining, man, I got this partner. And it's a blind draw, going back to what we said. If you don't have $10, $20 and you frown and get mad because you got a partner that can't throw, don't come. And that's what I stand on at Man Cave. And I might be the bad guy a lot to people, which I don't care. Brian the good guy, I'm the bad guy. But when you come to Man Cave, we want it to be fun, enjoyable. I want you to come, and I don't want you feeling uncomfortable like, damn, I pulled this pro and he going to be mad at me. That pro already know, hey, man, we having fun. If not, I'm going to be at his ass. Hey, man, don't do that to him. We here to have fun. Yeah. You didn't start off that great. So, and that's the objective and mindset, is to make baggers better and get to the next level and build their confidence up. And the fact that you said a lot of pros are coming to you all now and really encouraging everybody. I'm going to tell you, Seabass, I'm going to say it, I'm going to be honest. He used to be real bad at that. And I have so much respect for him now, because I went to him about 2 years ago, because we had a guy from Indiana. We used to be at Ravislow. Mm-hmm. And once Seabass saw he got a partner that wasn't good, he didn't care. He just throwing airmails, throwing it. And I didn't like that. Now you're blatantly taking the fun out of it because you got a partner that you don't want. You don't typically throw like that.
Right.
And I took a stand. I didn't come at him publicly, but I went to him individually and say, hey, man, ain't no more of that shit, bro. If that I love you, you ain't gonna be able to come to man cave no more if you're doing that. I promise
Right.
you, ever since that conversation, he's the nicest guy in life. He's carrying everybody to the finals now. It's amazing to see what he's been doing since then. And sometimes you just have to square people up and let them know, man, hey, that's not cool.
Yeah. And watching Seabass is one of those guys, man. He comes in, usually he's got his AirPods in, and he's just throwing bags, right? He's not listening, nothing, not paying. But watching him when he came in, and I forget who his partner was that night, but they took down Tom Gustafson, then they took down Nico, and then they took down Mark Richards, the number one player in the world that week over at Bourbon Street. And I'm sitting there and watching, like, damn, like there's 20 of us at the bar watching this final, rooting for Seabass to take out the damn Mark Richards, the number one player in the world, right? Like that's the community that we've, that I've come involved in, and that you and Johnny Torres have been a part of creating. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like that.
Yeah.
That's amazing to me. You know what I mean? And that's something you should probably be proud of. You know what I mean?
Hey, you have no idea how many people that me and Brian have kind of touched and seen the game. I mean, majority of every bagger, not every, but majority have started off at Man Cave and came. I remember like yesterday. I met Mark Richards 3 years ago. He came to a tournament in Thornton, Illinois. It was a triple elimination tournament. First time we ever had a triple elimination tournament. Nobody knew who Mark Richards was. Young guy, had a couple of his guys with him. He looked like he was a college frat boy, and majority, all of us know who everybody is. So it was a new face, and he was really competing with Chris Novi, and Chris Novi was the Michael Jordan of our time when we first started. You know what I'm saying? So he was coming with him and just competing. We were like, who is this guy? He ended up taking like third or fourth. We say, hey, man, we got this spot called Man Cave. We had Ravislow. We averaged 50 to 60 people because we was at that time. Come on out. And he came, and he was just very competitive, and he started coming to Man Cave. It's just like it's just amazing when people really take this serious, because you do have some guys that take this serious and eating off of this, So everybody got different goals and directions once they there,
Yeah, and I mean, look, when you come down to these places, man, there's some shooters. There's some guys that could legitimately probably compete at a pro level, just don't have the time and money to compete at a pro level. So instead, they get into this and they keep coming every single week, and they keep honing in on what they're doing. I keep trying to get my guy Billy. You met him this week over at Bourbon Street. I keep trying to get him to go to some of these big tournaments. Like I'm trying to get him to go to North Dakota in September, because he's a guy that could take a no pro allowed tournament. You know what I mean?
I was really, and that's the thing I love about coming to blind draws. I'm a party promoter, so I have a real busy schedule. So it's kind of like my main night is Wednesday. I would love to come to Bourbon Street every Thursday, but I'd be so hungover and tired. It'd be hard to get up. It'd be hard to get up that Thursday, man. I'm getting old. But when I went there that Thursday, I love to see new faces. And I know 98% of all the baggers. So when I see new faces, I kind of lock in. And the guy you're talking about, I was so impressed, man. It was him and the taller guy he was playing I never met before. And they gave Jesse Martinez and Robin Morris hell and should have won that game. And to do that to those two guys, Robert Morris, the hottest guy in motherfucking bags right now, and he was nervous but your guy, he missed the push he should have had, would have won the game.
Oh yeah.
I was so impressed. Said, man, you guys have to come to Man Cave, because the level y'all shooting at, and the thing is, the game is more mental than anything. When you know you playing against somebody good, you get nervous. But this motherfucker you don't know, you just throw the bag in the hole. The game is more mental than anything. You go up to the board and lose already. Damn, I got to throw against Rob Morris or Chris Novi or David Morris, or you know what I'm saying? It matters, So you just gotta come.
It's funny because you look at guys like Rob Morris, and you look at Chris Novi, and you look at all these guys that can play. Even my guy Billy. Like when I get a partner and we play against them, like I like throwing against those guys. You know what I mean? Because I know that I'm not very good. You know what I mean? And I'm still learning, and I'm still trying to do different things with the bags. And I know we're probably going to end up losing this round. I want to play against them because I want to beat them. Like that's my thing. Like I want to be able to take guys. And Rob Morris, dude is a beast, man. Dude is a beast. I watch him on these lives. I watch the way he talks, the way after he hits a shot, he takes off his glasses and stares into the camera. Like he is one of those guys that you just love watching.
And guess what? He started at Man Cave. He wasn't shit. And we used to me and Brad used to whoop on this guy, and it's the repetition, man. Some of these guys have just came and just took it to another level. Like when me and Brian started, we was playing every day. I mean, in my backyard, I got like 3-4 boards. We set up 3-4 boards. We call it Rob Bev Stadium. And all our guys come on, we sit back and gamble and everything. But we played every day. I think if me and Brian would have kept the pace of what we was going, we would be unstoppable. But not making no excuses. But us running Man Cave Monday a lot on Mondays, we don't get a really chance to play that often now. You know, our objective and goal is to keep a smooth tournament running and going. And at one point, we was averaging 60 to 70 people to the fact that we wasn't playing at all. We strictly just ran a tournament to keep it flowing because it's a Monday. People got to get to go to work, so we got to keep that shit flowing and going to roll. You know what I'm saying? I'm still so impressed with Johnny doing this shit dolo by itself. Because at one point, when he gets to 60 or 70, he gonna fuck around and need some help.
I tell him all the time. I say, hey man, you need somebody to help you run one of these, man. You need to take a night off, man. Just let me know. I'll come in. You just teach me the software. I'll do what you got to do. You know what I mean?
I'm surprised he's not sleeping on the couch at home.
He probably is. We just don't know it. You know what I mean? Like he ain't gonna tell us. He could be like, man, I'm tired, man. That couch is not comfortable. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So look, we've talked about the business side of things, right? So now it's time to get into some of the fun side of things. Okay. So first things first, we have this little competition. Like I'm a Cubs fan. Fitzy, my guy, he's a Sox fan, you know, my co-host. We have this thing where we ask every week, you know, Cubs or Sox. And we've been on a little streak that got broke last week. It was the first time we actually had a Sox fan on the show. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to ask you, Rob Bev, Cubs or Sox?
Well, make it back-to-back weeks, goddammit. White Sox over here.
Johnny's fired, bro. Johnny's fired. Johnny, what are you doing?
Hey man, I'm born and raised Southside, man. But I'm not one of those I hate the Cubs type guys. You know, not at all.
Yeah.
I'm a White Sox guy, 100%, man. Been since day one. Robin Ventura, old school, Ray Durham. Like I'm a White Sox fan. Lance Johnson grew up Southside. Me and my old man used to go to 5-6 games a year. You know what I'm saying?
Dude,
so
One Dog, man, that's a name I ain't heard of.
Oh, hey, I'm a White Sox. Lance One Dog Johnson, baby.
Yeah, no, I'm the same way. Like I'm a Cubs fan, but I don't hate the White Sox. I hate the fucking Cardinals and the Brewers. I don't hate the White Sox, you know what I mean? But I grew up on 47th and Rockwell, you know what I mean? So like you just
switched over to the Cubs.
My grandfather was a diehard Cubs fan, and that man meant more to me than anybody else in the world. So I go over there in the summertime, and we would just sit down and watch Cubs games, and so I just became a Cubs fan. Ryan Sandberg, my 7-year-old son, his name is Ryan after Ryan Sandberg. So, you know what I mean? So that's
deep.
That's just what it was. So
that's deep.
So we also try to bring out a little bit out of you. Like we want to get you in a little bit of trouble. You know what I mean? Like we want you to give us a story, right? Like give us. Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this way: who's the best shit talker at Man Cave Mondays?
Only because his confidence has really shot up and he's been whooping ass as of late. Robert Morris.
Yeah.
As of late, you know what I'm saying? But before that, who takes a lot of shit, who kind of gets on a lot of people's skin, they don't really say much, but they really want to beat him. Dr. Airmail, a.k.a. Tim Urban. He rubs a lot of people the wrong way. You know what I'm saying? He does. And I don't think he tried to do it purposely, but a lot of people they really want to beat him.
Yeah.
And he's really good. You know, he's really consistent. He's Indiana guy. You know, he runs tournaments today on Sunday at set him up. You know what I'm saying, in Griffith, Indiana. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna say Tim Urban. But prior to that, right now, Rob Morris, he's talking shit to everybody. And hey man, when she put that bag in that goddamn hole consistent like that and talking shit with it and can back it up, it's a big deal. You know, it's a big deal. So you gotta hit a motherfucker in their mouth to shut them up. You know.
All right. So come tomorrow night, Man Cave Mondays. Whose money you taking? Who you taking on the boards and just snatching their money out of their hands?
I'm gonna say this. I saw the shit last week, and Brian Nolan had the audacity to call out Robert Earl Beverly Jr. Now, I don't know if you know, but tomorrow is my annual birthday party. And on my birthday bags party, we typically average 80 people or more, meaning all the big boys come out. And I heard you say you was coming. I don't want to scare you. It's going to be very intimidating. All the big boys are coming out, and we're going to have some real fun. But to answer your question, because Brian Nolan, that's easy work. That's nothing. I want, who I want to smack on tomorrow on my birthday. I'm going to call out, fuck it. I want Reezy Baby. I want my little bro. I want Reezy Gordon. I want Reezy Baby.
Why you gotta pick on the quietest guy in the group? That guy don't ever say nothing, man.
You know what? And that's where you're wrong. we have a chat group, and he talks his confidence level to get so heavy now, man. And he's under the let's say me and Rob, we joke about it. Everybody got their umbrella. Like, you know, they got the Jordan brand, they under this and that. Rob Morris has had a spot called The Office this past year. And all his guys is underneath him. And they didn't, he didn't show how to play bags. His crew, and they didn't got really well. And Reezy, is one of them. Like you said, he's quiet when he out there with them, but he's ridiculous on that goddamn computer, on that phone. He talks so much shit.
He got that keyboard courage.
He thinks shit's sweet. Now, like I told you, them little brother, I was smacking them around, man. I really was. I had to make them play. They didn't want to play. I had to make them play. But I want Reezy. His confidence to get up. He think he can smack Big Bro. I don't think so. I don't think so.
So we calling out Reezy.
I want Reezy Baby.
All right. So last question before I let you go here. There are those guys that when you play and if you lose, it might not ruin your night. It might not ruin your week, but you're going to be mad as hell that you lost to that person. For me, I hate losing to Chris Novi. And he smacks me with Chris Novi. Novi is one of those guys that just for whatever reason, man, every time I play against him, I'm like, damn, I want to whoop his ass just to shut him up, like to get him like out of his mind. Who is the one guy that you hate losing to? Like you can't say like you just want to like afterwards, you don't even want to shake his hand. You just want to walk off the boards. You want to go somewhere and just relax for a minute.
Brian Nolan. and I fucking mean it. I hate it. I fucking hate it. I hate it. It'd be to the point that I don't even want to take his bags out the hole. You know how you go get your bags out the hole?
Yeah.
I try to leave this shit in there because I don't like it. I don't like it. And it stems from day one when I met him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But what I've learned is this, and it's funny about the bag world. From throwing outside to inside is so different. You know, when I play Brian outside, I'm smacking him around. Inside, he's like a machine. Like it's night and day. You know what I'm saying? I think since the 4 years we've been playing, if we probably played a total of 70 games against each other, it's probably literally 35 to 35. And majority of his goddamn wins is inside. And majority of mine is outside. Real talk. But Brian, I don't not like to, and I hate to admit it, but you asked me, I don't like to lose to him at all. I hate it.
It's funny. It's funny you say that you don't like to pick up his bags. So when I play my boy Billy, and I hate losing him. And it's funny because last week Morris came and got him off of a board where I would win at 21-19, and he was like, or it was 20-19, and the Rob Morris came and asked him if he wanted to play a cash game, and he just walked off the board, and I'm like, bro. But whenever he's beating me or whatever, or I want to throw him off, I'll grab his bags out the hole. But I'm throwing two of them off the boards onto the floor, make him go bend over and pick them up.
I heard you say that. I heard you say that last week. I get it. Hey, whatever it takes to throw a person off and everything, it is.
Oh yeah.
But I'm telling you, tomorrow is gonna be special, man. We now if you get there early, we're doing something that we created and we did it in my anniversary. We're doing a down and back tournament. And that starts at 6 p.m. Have you heard of a down and back tournament before?
No.
So what we're doing is, so you know how a typical game, you do a down and back before you start the game, right?
Yeah.
So we're going to do a free entry, single elimination, down and back tournament, and the winner gets $100. So me and Brad putting $100 up. So basically, when you come Monday at 6 o'clock, you say, hey, I want to sign up for the down and back tournament. So, but the down and back tournament is, you throwing down against your partner, against who you're playing against, and you throwing back. Whoever wins that, whoever scores the most points of that, makes it to the next round.
Oh,
and
damn.
You keep going and going to is one winner stand and they win $100. So, if it's hard to beat a Chris Novi or a big name going through a whole game, but a down and back, you got a chance.
Yeah, yeah, especially first thing when you first get there. Hell yeah.
When you first get there, and there's no practice on it, there's no down and back on the down and back. So as soon as you get there, you throw down, you throw back. The bracket is going to be set up like the regular tournament. And just something fun, man. And for people to get started, a free $100 you can win to get your day started.
Hell yeah, that's good stuff. All right, let's bring our guy Johnny back on. Johnny, you've been sitting backstage. Hey, you're on mute, man. Freaking rookie.
I said about time, motherfucker. I've been wanting to chime in for like the last fucking 15 minutes.
We don't let guys like you talk on this show. We want to keep the ratings up.
No. So yeah, bro. A couple of things I wanted to mention to you guys that I've already talked about previously in previous shows, but I started throwing bags competitively probably like 2 years ago. So somebody fucking tagged me on this fucking Man Cave Monday bullshit. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Let's go check it out. So I fucking grab one of my guys and we roll up there. You guys were throwing at Pescadon over in Summit. Roll up. I'm like, fuck, people are throwing bags. Like, what the fuck? So I go to the sign-up table. Young man, would you like to sign up? Yes. Okay, it's $20. I was like, okay. So anyway, I get paired up with somebody. Everyone said, like, after they disclose that information, they're like, who's your partner? And I'm like, Steve Bernasette. And they're like, wow, he's a pro. And I was like, huh? I was like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. So anyway, I get to meet Bernasette. Bernasette's like, yo, what do you throw? And I was like, bags. He's like, yeah, what kind of bags? I was like, corn bags. What do you mean? He's like, and he starts laughing. He's like, I got you. So he busts out his Psycho Widows he was throwing back then. We get to the boards. He's like, hey man, just have fun with it. Have fun. I've never played in this type of environment, so it was a total culture shock for me. Of course, I probably threw one bag on the board the whole entire 0-2. We won. I think we won 1 and 2. I don't remember, but he's really a good guy. Shout out to Steve Bernasette. I'm sure he's listening right now, but he is really, really a good guy. Didn't discourage me. I'm not gonna say any names. I've been paired up with other pros before where they're like, "Fuck." Essentially, makes you feel like they make you feel like it's 3 against 1, right? Because they don't motivate you. They don't give you any type of advice. All they're doing is shaking their head. But yeah, shout out to Bernard. He was really encouraging. He's like, man, just have fun with it. He had a big smile after we lost. I remember I took a picture with him. I'll post it up on Southside Banks maybe sometime this week. But yeah, ever since then it was like shit. I didn't go back to Man Cave for maybe like another 2 months because I was like, fuck, I'm gonna make a fool out of myself. But yeah, just to kind of piggyback of what Rob Bev was saying, man, he had about 60, 70 shooters that night on Monday. And I'm like, all I kept thinking was like, fuck, I gotta work tomorrow. But yeah, I kind of wish I was here for that interview last week. As you guys know, I was really sick, and I was actually missed Brian Nolan's interview. But it's okay. I'm here today. We could talk shit about him. He called you out, Rob Bev. I'm looking forward to that. Unfortunately, I am out of town and I can't attend your birthday party bash. I wish you the best. I'm sure
No
you're gonna have
problem.
an.
I appreciate it. No problem. No problem. You gotta take care of business.
I'm sure you're
Bro,
gonna have
what'd
an
you tell
amazing
me on Tuesday,
turnout.
Johnny? What'd you tell me on Tuesday when I said I was out of town and I couldn't make it for Southside Bags for
Oh,
Tuesday for their birthday? What'd you tell me?
oh.
You
Bro,
told me that was a
that's
weak
no
ass
excuse.
excuse, right?
I'm 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 on a mini vacation with my family. Now, if you would have said that, I'd be like, oh, end of the story, right? But you're like,
I
oh,
told
I'm
you you
at
could
work.
come pick me up. I was down in Southern Illinois, man. You could have picked me up. 4.5 hour drive there, 4.5 hour drive back. You could have picked me up.
Come pick me up. I'm in Wisconsin, 4 hours away.
Send him
Man,
an Uber, man. Come on, send him an Uber.
I don't do
Yeah.
nothing in
No,
Wisconsin, man.
I'm actually pissed off because we came in here on Monday and I tried making the Mad City tournament. They had a tournament on Friday, and I was about 30 minutes late, and I was so fucking upset. Not with anyone, but just like fuck. If
Did
I,
you
if I,
you didn't inbox him? You didn't try to inbox somebody and let them know you
no,
was out?
I did it. No, I did. I text messaged Aaron because I know Stacy was out of town. She
Okay.
was actually in Chicago, but I text messaged Aaron and he just said just keep me posted, and I kept them posted on my ETA, and it's just there's no way he was gonna hold it. And I hate to be that person, but as a director, when you get those fucking messages, yo, can you start like at 8 o'clock? Nah, motherfucker, the bags fly at 7:30 ish. I
Yeah.
didn't want to be like. I immediately when I was messaging him, I'm like, dude, I'm actually becoming that guy right now. That
See,
fucking messages me at 7:20, like, yo, Johnny, can you hold up? And
and
you try to be a good director and you try to do the what's right, but at the end of the day, we have to be respectful of the tournament start times because, like Rob Bev said, people have shit to do the next day. They plan their outings accordingly, so they're thinking if the tournament starts at 7:30. I'll be out of there by 11. I get home at 12. I have enough time to sleep and, still have a positive day.
see it's
But I didn't want to be that guy and be like, yo, can you hold it up for a little bit? I didn't want to. Why? I didn't want to put him in that position because I've been put in that, and it's not cool. When you
I
have
hear
people telling you they're going to show up, you put them in the tournament, you run the bracket, and next thing you know, oh, Johnny, I couldn't make it. You're like, motherfucker, I put you in
that
this
yeah.
tournament.
Then it's a domino effect. But as a director, I can tell people think it easy. It's not. You know what I'm saying? You're really dealing with different people personalities, and you have to know your personnel. So like with us, it's certain people that we know is coming late. I know I'm not mad at you. They'd be a fool to say they come and don't come because they got to deal with me. Because that's the worst thing in life to put somebody's name in a fucking tournament and they don't show up. Now you got to scramble and complain. But like I know Oscar drives from Bolingbrook. He normally always come late. And where we at right now in Glenwood, that's an hour plus ride. So I always, when we putting the thing in, Brian definitely gets a lot of inboxes. We hear certain names. I bet. We say, damn, Oscar, let's hit Shooter McGavin. It's 3, 4 guys that we know that typically come 5, 10 minutes late. But we know this, and the fact that we got the bracket, we can set it up, and we know that they're gonna come. We do it because at the same time, people are driving, because it's a catch-22, Johnny. People are driving a long way to come to you to fuck with you, to play. You know what I'm saying? Seabass sometime called Bev. I'll be there around 7:45. Can you hold it? Come on in, no problem. Bet. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Now, 8 o'clock, we used to do
Nah.
that. We used to do that when we first started at Tuscan for Gorski, because Gorski's old school guy, veteran. We respect him, and we knew he was getting off work late, but he wanted to come. So we used to kind of push his game back. We used to he's the only one we let really do it to 8 o'clock. But after that, he came around 8:15. We said, "Come on, old man, goddamn, we already bended it, but now it's just because people are gonna get comfortable with that."
Yeah, no,
But
yeah, and like you say, you already know the people. You got the shooter, you got